Go back to where you first found God. Go back to what it was like when you was in this thing for real, before you got all the attacks, before all the things came against you. And make up in your mind that I want to be back in that place with God, where I just love him and he has a special place in my heart. And even though people are yelling at me, even though the work is hard, I'm smiling and people want to know what's wrong. Now, I ain't with you. I'm in my special place on the inside, worshiping and praising on God.
Yes.
I'm not with you. That's what you have to understand.
Amen.
And so, like I said, I want to speak out what God has spoken in. And the first thing God wanted me to deal with, and he wants me to talk to you about, was about your heart condition. Because if your heart is unclean, if it's been polluted, and if it's got all those things in it, the cares of the world and all of those things, then it's going to affect the special place that God had for you. And you will lose your first love. You will walk away from God as your first love. So what you have to make sure is that if this scripture is speaking to you, that right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that as I pray, that you bow your heads and you repent and say, Lord, I've left my first love. I started off with great fire. I started off with great commitment. But because of the cares of life, because of the things that are going on around me, because of the attacks and the offenses of people, I now have allowed those things to get into the special place that I used to retreat to, that I used to go to, and just be with you. Even in a crowded room, I could go into that special place. But because of all the things that I've allowed to get into my special place, I no longer have a place in my heart that is totally segregated and separated from you. And I need you today, God, to come in and to create in me a clean heart. And to renew in me a right spirit. That you would give me spiritual discernment so that I can be able to see every pollution, every attack, every deception, everything that the enemy is trying to put into my special place. Because I want to establish a special place with you that nobody else can get into. Not my mama, not my daddy, not my wife, not my brothers, not my sisters, not my job, not the world, not the enemy, nothing. Nothing comes into this place in my heart but you, God. I want you to teach me how to guard my heart with all diligence, God, that nothing can get into that place. I'm not going to let that argument I have with my spouse get into that place anymore, God. I'm not going to let what the things that go on my job get into that place anymore, God. I'm not going to let anything get into that place anymore, because that place is reserved for God. Amen. And because it's reserved for God, nothing but God can get into that place. We thank you, Father, for restoring our special place in our heart today. We thank you for dealing with our heart condition today, God. We acknowledge it, God. We open our mouths and we confess it, God. And we say, God, we need to get back to our first love. And Father, we thank you, God, that you are special to us again, that you are separate from all other things again, God, that we recognize that you are the one and only God. And because you have helped us to understand it, we've got to get back to that specialness. We've got to get back to that segregation. We've got to get back to that individual place down in there, God. Now, God, our praise is going to go to the next level. Our worship is going to become more intimate, God. Because it's based on a personal and intimate and love relationship that we have with you and you alone. For you alone are God and you alone are worthy. Nobody else can touch and do us like you, God. And Father, I thank you now in the name of Jesus, God, that you did not desire to take us out of the world, but you have given us power over the world. And we speak it now, we receive it now, we live in it now. From this day forward, we love you and we thank you once and again for that special place being restored in our hearts and in our lives. We love you and we thank you. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. On Monday morning when you go back to work, if all that stuff hits you, amen, just run into your special place.
Amen.
Amen.
On your throne room.